Hey, what's up YouTubers? John Rambo. I hadn't made any videos in a while, and especially hadn't made none of my homestead videos. I want to do that today, and I want to start off down here in my apiary area, see what's going on. Okay, now this is a hive. A friend of mine, he called me. He worked for the county and told me it was there pretty much on the courthouse lawn. So I go up courthouse and there's a pile of bees laying there on courthouse lawn, and another pile right beside of them that were dead. I think somebody actually tried to kill them. You can see them working. I had to buy a queen, but it's actually becoming a good hive. And I got two more here. Now this one, I started it off as a package of bees about 2 years ago, and it's just doing phenomenal. Let me see all of them in there. This hive has really grown like crazy. It started off as a package. This I bought as a package, and I ain't even sure if the queen's still in there. They ain't doing much of nothing. And there was one right here, but they absconded, and I removed the hive. I'm going to put that one down here as soon as it gets dark. But anyway, that's one thing I got going on this year on my homestead. Here's that hive. Got taken, you know, a lot of wax moths got in this hive, so I want to clean it out before I can use it again. This is the one where they absconded and left. I think the friend that called me about the ones on my courthouse lawn, I think he actually has my bees now. He set up a box and he said some bees took up in it. So anyway, this weed patch right here is actually a potato patch. I had to weed eat it and plow them up. I had some zucchinis down here this year. I'm definitely going to do more zucchinis next year. I don't think you probably ain't never seen this. This is a little outbuilding I built. I built it out of a plywood shipping box. This part down was a shipping box. I cut this out and I added the door. Of course I had to build all the roof and everything. This is a security light that works off of solar power. See my panel right there. So if a deer gets in my garden, it'll flash on. I could actually see them if I need to produce some meat. Over here, something new I added to this garden. I made some rain catching barrels. So if I gotta irrigate this garden, it's a long way to run a water hose. So I set these 55-gallon drums up. There's 4 of them. It gives me a total of about 200 gallons of water. Now I put on this is like screen door mesh. I put it over top to keep mosquitoes from breeding in there. Got on all of them. I'm going up here, show you what else I done. I've finally planted. I added a orchard. I added 5 apple trees. There's some more up there. This is a crabapple tree. It's already been there. And then over here, I've got 3 peach trees. I like peaches, pretty good. And over here, I got 2 pear trees. Now one of them's a moonlight pear, and I think the other's a kefir. But in order for the moonlight pear to grow and be edible, it's got to be cross-pollinated with a kefir or some other type of pear tree. Here's kind of a failed project. I want to try to do better next year. But I started this in early spring. This is the only thing left growing is I had some lettuce, onions, and some other stuff down here. It didn't do so well, but this is spearmint, and there's some strawberries that are still growing. I think I may have planted the lettuce too thick, but anyway, I'll show you my chickens now. I got more chickens than I used to have, that's for sure. This first lot here is breed called light Brahmas, but the rooster, he likes to have relations with the chicken, so he knocked a lot of feathers off of them. So I'm probably going to end up killing this whole lot before it gets winter time. 2 of them just going to be killed for, because they're missing all their feathers, and they're probably not going to be much good to eat, or not safe. But anyway, a lot of them probably be killed because of that rooster knocking all the feathers off of them. But here's a lot of chickens. That big yellow one right there is the mama, and she sat on the nest and had these 5. I've got at least 1, maybe 2 roosters in the 5, and you only need 1 rooster per lot, so 1, maybe even both of them need to go somewhere. But up here to another lot. Here's kind of an original lot. Well, not the original, but anyway, this rooster needs to die. He's actually a good rooster. He's not mean, but I just don't need that many roosters. I got old Skeletor over here. He's a big old lavender orphan. I got 4 more in this lot, hens. And I got this in here that wanted to be a mama. And she only, I should have reset all the eggs, just got all fresh eggs, but she set on the eggs and had 1 little black widdy. But go up here to the other garden. And I haven't been able to work my garden much this year. My dad's been in the hospital. But actually I had a lot of crazy growth going on. Just like things growing like crazy. This is a tomato bush. Some of from past experiences, I decided to start off some of my plants early in the spring and put them where I could put them in cover. But these are like sweet banana peppers. Had a lot of growth out of these. I really like sweet peppers. I don't like hot peppers. There's that tomato bush. That tomato bush grew like crazy. It started right here. It's grown out to the yard and everywhere else. And these first 3 tomato plants, I actually started them way early in the year, and they about to dry up now, except for the tomato bush, which is still growing. And over here, I planted the back row of corn about 2.5 to 3 weeks before I planted this row of corn. Actually, I tried to do the Indian mounds on this one. I got like 4 corn stalks per, and then like 4 squash plants around them, and then beans. Now that's the way supposedly the Indians done it. And the squash down here are yellow crookneck, and I had about 6 mounds. I done butternut squash down there. The crooknecks, they come in earlier than the butternuts, and they're about gone now. They're about dried up and gone. And I've got volunteer tomatoes everywhere. I've got some volunteer watermelon. I had cantaloupe over here in this area earlier in the year, and I tried cantaloupe a couple years ago, and the plants dried up and died really quick. I planted them this year and I actually had good luck with them, and I actually like cantaloupe better than I do watermelon. But alright, back to the butternut squash. One thing I've learned: if you want to plant butternut squash, now if you're planting a survival garden, 1 butternut squash could feed a whole family. You know, feed 3 or 4 people for a meal. You know, just 1 of them. But these things need a lot of room to grow. They started out back here at the corn and have grown all the way over to here. This one plant's probably sticking out let's see, I don't know, it's close to 15-20 feet, I guess. I don't know how to judge it, but it's about 15-20 feet right there. But yeah, you can probably see it, watermelon. Right there's one. That's a Charleston Gray. That was a volunteer watermelon that grew because I didn't plant no Charleston Grays this year. But there, that one sits. So, but my tomatoes, I actually had the tomatoes in cages. You can see them right here. But they grew so much, the cages and the plants just fell over. It was just crazy. I had a lettuce patch right in here. Like right in, you can see that lighter colored green, that's lettuce. The butternut squash grew all into it, and anyway, it just had a crazy amount of growth. The tomatoes fell over into the walkways, so it was really a good year for my garden. Unfortunately, I hadn't been here to harvest everything because of my dad. As far as canning, I didn't really have time to can, so I give a lot of tomatoes away to one of my aunts, and I give some to my mom too. But you know, I'm still getting food out of this thing, and I say, you know, if you're a survivalist, you need to know how to do this. And I mean, I can take $50 and probably grow $200 or $300 worth of food. So why, you know, my question, why ain't everybody doing it? So anyway. Like I say, I hadn't had a lot of time to harvest food, so a lot of my corn is starting to go to waste, or getting old now, but yeah, I can always feed them chickens, I guess. Alright, it's John Rambo. I'm out.